Hey everybody, Jay LaValle, Cliff Keen, presenting this week's technique with my dummy. We're going to be working on some single legs. Last video we worked on double leg takedowns. This one, single leg setups, single leg attacks, single leg finishes. I'm going to try and go through 5 of those. Hope you like them. Give me a share, give me a like if you do. Okay, this first setup is just a snag single when I have their arms, the dummy's arms. So again, I want to have the dummy in position so when I release the arms, it starts to fall. And we're going to be in good position or it's going to fall on top of us, possibly crumble our position. All these drills are starting to try and achieve good positioning with our head, hips, and our knees. So this is just going to be a snag single. We'll start at the hands. I'm not going to hit my knees on this one. And really all I want to do when I release, I'm going to level change and take a big step. And when I let go of the arms, that dummy's going to start to fall. So I got to control it when I get to the leg. So hold the arms, release, level change, and they get to the corner. I'm in a good squat position. And I achieve my position. And I want to get both hands locked in the crotch and get a lift. Again, I'll go slow, hold the arms. When I release, that dummy's gonna fall. I'm gonna take a big step underneath the arm and I wanna wrap. I wanna get my hand wrapped behind his thigh and then I wanna get my other hand locked like this and just come up to my feet. So again, I'll go really slow. I release, I step, and I get deep. Notice I'm in a squat position. So when I stand up, that dummy comes right up with me. Another angle. This next one again is from holding the arms. It's going to be a misdirection, so my footwork is going to be a little more trickier here. I am going to hold those arms and I'm going to make 2 level changes here. Holding the arms, I'm already in a pretty decent stance, and when I'm ready to go, I'm going to take a step to my left and elevate the arm, and then when I'm ready to go, I'm going to push off my left foot that I just stepped with, and I want to hit my knees to the outside of the dummy's left leg, and I want to wrap. So when I get there, it should look like this. I step and I wrap, and again, everything's coming up. Notice my hips are on the outside. Notice I'm going to come up and lift again. Go a little bit faster here. In a good stance, I lift the arm, I release, and then I'm ready to step, ready to wrap, and swing my hips all the way around so my trail leg spins me here. Now I'm coming up. I'm going to drive off this foot and step behind him with this one here and lift. Another angle. All right, this next setup to the single leg on the dummy is from an inside tie. So we're a little bit tighter. We've already closed that gap. Our head's in good position. My hand positioning is my left hand's on the collar tie, wrapped with my elbow down like a snake. My right hand, which is going to be my attack hand, is in the armpit. So my hand is curled, fingers in the armpit, and I pull back, elbows down. Head to head here. And again, what I want to do, this is just going to be a knee drop, so I'm not going to take a big step. What I really want to do, get the dummy to get pulled down, so when he pops up, I change levels, and now I'm going to get there. I'm going to knee drop, punch, and I'm coming up again. Go a little faster, same angle, here, in position. I'm going to step into them. I'm not going to step around this time. We're going to step in. I'm going to release. Come up. Another angle. Another angle. All right, this next one is a snap and post of the arms. So I got a little bit more space with my head this time, but I gotta close that gap. And the way I'm gonna do that here, it's gonna start off as almost like a high C attack, but my knees change in the process to get my hips around the corner a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna continue leading with my right leg. My forearm is going, so I'm gonna attack the left side, my left side. The forearm's gonna snap, the near arm's gonna post, and as that snap hand comes down, it's gonna attack here, and then my knees change. So I hit my right knee, my knee changes, so my head goes on the inside, and now I stand up again. Again, I'll go a little bit faster here. You can change this so you have a left leg lead if you want to attack the dummy's left leg. But I recommend you stay with the same lead leg the whole time. So again, I snap, I post, in, come up. All right, this last shot, this last leg attack is from a hard collar tie club. I just want to get my hand, get some velocity behind that arm here, get a good snap. And then when I release that thing, my elbow is going to bump that arm up because I got to release that head. So I'm going to get a nice snap here, and I might even step into it with my lead leg. I get a nice snap, I level change. All right, same thing. I'm going to start driving through with this leg. I'm not going to even hit my knee this time. You don't have to hit your knee, but I attack with the right arm first, and then my left hand follows, and I get my hips around that corner, but my head is on the outside again. Okay, now we're gonna get to those finishes. We'll go through each setup that I covered earlier, and I'll show you a different finish on each one. Remember, you wanna have that dummy so it's in a position to start falling, so you have to control that thing. Otherwise, it's just gonna fall flat and it's not really realistic. You wanna be in a decent position when you're drilling with this thing. So, I'll level change, I'll throw the arms up, I'll level change, I'll get under there, and I just wanna bring both feet in here. Now when I lift, I'm in a good squat position. When I lift, I just want to bring that dummy down to his hands. Right here. Finish with good shoulder position, on your toes, hips are flat. Okay, here we go with a more realistic finish here. It's called the Bazagar finish. It's a very classic finish, but I'm gonna get it with a misdirection. So instead of taking the dummy to its hands this time, I'm gonna try and take the dummy to its feet. Again, I'm coming to my feet with that leg wrap, 2 arms in the crotch, but this time I wanna dump it off and take it right to its back. So I'll walk through slowly here again. The misdirection is going to be a 2-step action with your feet. 1, I step. 2, I re-step. 1, 2. So it's gonna look like this. 1, 2. Now this time when I start to come up, all right, my head's up, I'm tight to that dummy here. And when I come up, I'm gonna start using my head inside where the stomach is. When I come all the way up, I get my hands locked. I'm gonna dump it off right here. Okay, so far all of our finishes have come to our feet. We've taken them to his hands, we've taken them to his back. This time we're gonna not come to our feet necessarily this time. We're gonna mimic the reaction that the dummy starts falling forward from our shoulder pressure behind the thigh that we're attacking here. So I'll go through slow again. This is gonna be from an inside tie, knee drop this time, collar tie, inside tie, close the gap with my head, and when I knee drop, when I release the inside tie and I knee drop, right, I'm gonna get my head tight. And now I release the head because I'm pulling it down. If I could pull the head down hard enough, right, he's already gonna start falling if he doesn't react. So I get my hands locked and then my shoulder, my right shoulder is gonna pressure forward and I get my hands together right here. Flare double here. This is gonna be off the snap and post. When I change my knees, my head's gonna be on the inside, but it's gonna act like a double leg. The key here is I gotta get that near leg outside of my body and turn my face into the belly and just run it down. You have to explode through that guy or that guy will hit his hips down really hard. So drilling wise, this can be really fun if you do it right, but it can be less risk obviously if you have a dummy, because you're not hurting anybody here. So again, we're gonna go snap, post. I snap the forearm, I post the near arm, I hit my knee. Now I change my knees here. When I change my knees, right, I gotta swing this leg outside my body when I start driving across his body like a normal double leg, except my head's inside. Once I get this leg to the outside, I can start spearing this leg. I'm gonna turn my face into the belly and take him right to his back. All right, here's a high flying, high amplitude, feet over the back, 5-point move that you can do in freestyle. Do not do it in folk style. You will get probably called for unsportsmanlike or potentially dangerous, one of the two. So I'm gonna go back to that hard collar setup, get my elbow inside, so when I snap, I tack with that forearm and I release that head and get my hands together. Now here, I can do one or two things. I can come up to the waist here and step to the front and do a nice back arch. Or when I get to this position, I can attack here, climb up the body, step, and then take them over the back this way. So I'll do both of them so you can see what's going on. So again, hard collar. I might even step into it. hard collar, step into it, release, get to that leg. Now when I come up, I'll attack front side this time, and I'll step to the front as well, and I'll do a nice back arch. Take them through. Second one is when I come behind. I go around the back side this time. Hard collar, change your level, attack, release, get around that back side, climb up the back now. Climb, climb. I can even dip my head out if I can. Dip my head out, and now it's a nice big step, nice big back arch. Another angle. Need some room for this one. This next series of drills is when you don't have a partner, don't have a dummy, maybe you don't even have a wrestling mat. I'm in my basement. I have a carpet. Today I brought a knee pad because my knee was starting to get burned up a little bit. But you got to make do with what you got sometimes. So I'm going to go through every single one of the setups, all the attacks, and we'll sort of mimic the finishes on each one that we did. But the first one we did was really just a snag single. And my head was inside. Remember, the head is on the inside on all these, not on the outside of the hip. So make sure you're in a good stance. Always in a decent stance. On the snag single, I gotta get both feet. It's a two-step action with my feet. So when I'm ready to go, I'm taking a big hard step, and my back legs just follow me. So if you don't have a partner, we can move around. 1, 2, and get your hands locked. 1, 2, get your hands locked. 1, 2, get your hands locked. 1, 2, get your hands locked. Other way. 1, 2, get your hands locked. 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 All right, the next one is that misdirection. Like this one is again a two-step action. Actually, it's a three-step action with your feet, but 2 steps in regards to how you're moving. So remember that on that misdirection, we step with the opposite leg we're attacking first. So we step, and I might even elevate that arm on the far side to get him thinking I'm going to attack the left. And now I'm re-attacking. I'm going to the right side, and I'm swinging this leg back with me here. And remember, we came to our feet on everything. So this time when I come up, drive off that back leg, heads up, shoulder position's good, and now get to your feet. Right here. Other position. Look, I'm in a good stance, so it requires you to get that back leg over here. All right, 1, 2, drive up. 1, 2, drive up. 1, 2, drive up. 2, 1, 2. Okay, that knee drop finish from that inside tie, because I've already closed that gap. We're here, I just drop to my knee, and when I drop to my knee, I'm trying to drive everything forward and still trying to take my hips to the outside, but the pressure is going forward, because ultimately, if you got a good collar tie and you pull on that head, they're gonna pop up and all their momentum shifts going backwards. You always wanna put a guy on his heels, take him to his back. So, good collar tie, I release the inside control, I knee drop, and now I'm pulling back this time. Now we got that snap and post. Remember, when I snap, the same side knee is going to hit just like it almost looks like a high C, high crotch position, but I change my knees to swing my hips around. So I'll go super slow here. Right leg lead still. I post the near side that I'm gonna attack. I snap the far side. And when I do that, I'm level changing. My snap hand follows me here. And now my back leg spins around. So I change my knees here. Now I can come up. Okay, this next one is like that snag single we did, but I'm gonna get a hard collar. I'm attacking with my opposite hand, and then my back hand is going to be my collar tie hand. So when I got my right leg lead, I get a hard snap. Maybe I lean into the hard snap. My inside hand is attacking, and now I have to quickly get my back leg. As long as I'm not hitting my knee, I get my back leg behind me, and I can come up. Very simple. Both feet are gonna get together, closer together. So when I hit, I bring my trail leg back, get tall. Last few tips I'd say on a single leg, if you don't have a partner, don't have a wrestling mat, don't have a dummy, is that you can practice on swinging your hips. So that trail leg is going to get you and create some momentum to spin you. So ideally, when you take a big step, you're level changing, you get your chest over your knee, just like we do on those high C's and doubles, chest over the knee. But the back leg is trailing me this time. It's not coming up behind me, it's trailing me. So it's really critical when I make that step to punch your knee down, create some spinning action, and get that back leg going. And I'm always finishing tall here. Off my hips, off my heels down here, up off my butt, right here, so I can start driving up my feet. So I would say that's probably the #1 way to understand the mechanics of a sweeping single. If you can get that, your footwork's gonna improve. Your footwork's always gonna improve if you're doing stance discipline with no shots, no sprawls, no defense, just staying in your stance because your legs are getting coordinated to be really low. Once you get your legs and your feet strong, you can start throwing in those takedowns. So again, single leg, it's an outside penetration step, back leg trails, and again, I don't reach. Everything's tight here, and now my back leg trails me here.